It is a true pleasure to be here today. We have been looking forward for this day for quite some time, and it is a landmark, I'm sure, in the group's R&D effort, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about. So, very warm welcome to all of you. I will try in very few minutes to talk a little bit about our group. And the number one thing about the William Demant Group is we are here for only one single reason. We are here to help people that are hard of hearing, people that one way or the other have to live a life with a hearing loss. And we do that from any thinkable angle, from being able to do a diagnosis of what it is that's wrong, what it is that we can do, into any kind of product that exists that can help people that are hard of hearing, and also involved in actually fitting, selling, adjusting devices to people that are hard of hearing. So we understand and work with everything from research, from product innovation, through supply chain, production, sales, and actual contact to end users. We do it all around the world. We are more than 12,000 people around the world and a key player in our industry with a global market share way above 20%. The group strategy is to not just be, that's where we come from, a hearing aid company. We see ourselves as a hearing healthcare company. We today know that there is a strong link between hearing well, being able to communicate with other people, interact in a natural way, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle when you age. So hearing is not just about hearing the birds in the forest. It is about healthcare. It is about taking good care of yourself as a senior. It is as important to hear well as it is to eat well, as it is to exercise and do good for yourself in your aging years. And the world population is growing, especially life expectancy is growing a lot these years. We are many people in this room that should expect we turn 100, if not more. So we will have 30 years at least of life after we stop working, assumably, unless we have to work until we turn 85. And this way, you know, it is no longer just your grandmother's hearing aid where you have to say, hello, I'm here. This is about maintaining an active lifestyle for the remaining of your life. We have one key addition to this, that is innovation. It is insight, it is research. We know that this goes way beyond just making things audible. It is a much more complex solution we have to do, and therefore continuous innovation, continuous product development is a key for the company. Being innovative, renewing things, revolutionary in what is possible is a key strategy for the group. We are a global company, as I said. We do distribution all around the world, and that is also a major asset of the group, that we are present in any market in the world where hearing aids are offered to people. And the main reason why this remains to be in what we call the western part of the world is that is where the life expectancy is high. You need to have a significant population above 70 before there is a significant hearing aid market, because that's when you start to get age-related hearing losses. So still, more than 80% of all hearing aids are sold in the OECD countries. That will change in the coming years. There will be a major growth in Asia as people start turning older, but still we are primarily selling in what we call the Western world. We are in three main business areas. We do traditional hearing aids, as I would call it, where you lose your hearing as you age. We have intelligent products that help you cope with even very complex listening situations. We are, since 10 years, in what we call implants, where you actually correct for a almost disappeared hearing by implanting typically what is called a cochlear implant, which is neurostimulation, meaning there is never any sound. You do actual stimulation of the brain's nerve cells in a very, very sophisticated way, and this is a treatment that you use through life, from children down to the age of 10 months that are born basically without hearing. And today we see basically a total cure for deafness, meaning that you no longer have to have kids in special deaf schools, anything. A child today born with a severe hearing loss will most likely live an ordinary life like the rest of us with basically normal hearing due to innovations like cochlear implants. We are also big in diagnostic equipment. This goes from early screening. For instance, most countries today have a screening program for newborns into more sophisticated diagnostic. and the later years we are also into balance. There is a growing number of diseases related to the ear and the whole area of dizziness and balance and so on, which we also look into as a group. But as you can see, we're still primarily in hearing devices. More than 85% of the group's revenue is in hearing devices, and this is still the key. But in hearing implants today, we only have 3%. We are a very small player. We expect that this in the next 20 years can grow into an even same size as we do hearing devices today. We still act as if we were behind the scene one company. We share infrastructure, we share distribution. So the reason why this is a Demant Technology Center is it's going to work widely for the group. It starts in hearing aids, but we have perspectives of an even broader support for the group. But in the marketplace, we act in the many different brands, the Oticon hearing aids, the Oticon medical implants, the different diagnostic brands and so on, just as you know from car companies and others that share significant technology development, then they still have a variation of brands, and this is to get critical mass into R&D to make sure you are at the absolute forefront on the core technology inside these many different products. Why? We are in Poland today. This is not a new discovery for us to be in Poland. We see Poland as a neighboring country to Denmark. We have had a sales office in Poland for more than 20 years. Almost 10 years ago we started to establish operation production in Poland. We did that to ensure a scalable and cost-effective future operation, but still near to us. We work in a way where it's important that people can work together in an efficient manner. So we are seeing again Poland as a neighboring country. It's easy for all of us to travel and go forth and backwards between Denmark and Poland. We see a lot of similarities in culture and way of working, and we find very good cooperation with our setups in Poland. And as you can see, in 2007 we were a few hundred. Today we are more than 2,000 employees in Poland from the group across many different areas, mainly operations still, but we are building a larger finance center. We have more and more IT, and with the opening today we also have a very significant R&D operation to be built up in Poland. So we are doing this for the reason of access to resources, for the scalability for the future. Denmark is a very small country. We are only 5 million people. We grow every year. We need to expand our company, and we cannot just do that out of Denmark. So we need other countries that we can grow some of our core headquarter operations and facilities. And Poland, with its close connection to Denmark, which is many talents and skilled labor, we find this a very, very attractive place to build our future, you could say, scalable operations, basically within all kinds of areas. Again, sales and distribution is where we started, then a lot of operation, more and more shared services during the past 2 years, and now also R&D here in Warsaw. And the main reason for choosing Warsaw is access to talent. It is closeness to the headquarter, R&D headquarter in Copenhagen. It is cooperation, and it is of course also because we are already present in Poland, so we don't have to get our head around how things work in Poland. We have learned through many, many years. So we are very positive about our opening today. We're very proud of what the team down here have already managed to do in its short lifetime, and we foresee a very bright future with a lot of growth and a lot of new people to be added to the group's R&D resources. This is part of a larger restructuring. We used to do primarily R&D in Copenhagen and in Bern in Switzerland, and then a little bit at our operation in Stettin. With this strategy for the future, we have chosen to transfer the R&D resources we have in Bern to Copenhagen and here to Warsaw, and then significantly expand our development here in Warsaw. By the end of next year, we should be at least, if not more, 100 people at this facility. And this is a key reason for establishing ourselves here, which simply didn't find that realistic in neither Denmark, neither Bern. But things are not just short term, it is for the future. And hearing aids are, as many other products today, turning into software-based products. These are, to a larger extent, connected. Things go on the internet, and as you can see in some of our demonstration downstairs, already today, hearing aids have great distance to the way hearing aids were when I was a child. When I looked at my grandparents' hearing aids, they were big, clunky devices. Today, the hearing aid is connected to the internet. It gets information from the internet. It can read your SMSs. It can tell you that there's somebody at your door that want to get in. The two hearing aids talk together as one system. You have an app suite by which you can control it and get information about how it's functioning. And again, in the cochlear implant area, we, through very sophisticated signal processing, stimulate artificially hearing in the brain. So I think this industry is actually way beyond what we see in many other industries. I've just witnessed in some other connection how the whole world is working on creating, you could say, an artificial world. This summer's Pokemon game is, I think, a brilliant example to honor us how you can create an artificial world and make children believe that there are Pokemons running around in the street and tell you to stand still because there's one on your shoulder that they want to catch, and there's nothing there, it's all here. And this is also what happens in our industry, that we start to do things that are, you could say, truly artificial, but are part of creating the ability to cope in a world where listening, where interacting with other people is a key element in living a healthy life, in living a unlimited life due to your potential lack of hearing. So innovation, technology is key to our future. And this is the reason why opening today is key to our future. We need more innovation, we need more talented people in the group that can join us on a very innovative future. So that's the reason why we're here. I would like again to thank you all from the team that have been part of establishing the setup down here, and I'm extremely happy to be part of the